Dude, I love playing this character. I love doing this fucking voice, man. Like, if you ever want me to play this character again, I'll do it in a heartbeat. And I was like, dude, you don't repeat your roles unless they give you like $20 million. He goes, I'll repeat this one because I love doing this voice and everyone in my life hates this voice so much. I was like, really? He goes, I do it all the time and they hate it. They're like, stop it, Johnny, stop it. But I come here and you love it, man. So I'll do it for you whenever you want. Even if you never make another movie with Guy Lapointe in it, don't worry. You can just call me in the middle of the night and I'll just talk like Guy Lapointe to you. It's fucking dope, man. And it was all because, like, you know, pushed a little whimsy and shit. I went home after that, cut the rest of the movie together, put his scenes in. But the scene that I loved the most was the scene with the girls. I was real drawn to it and stuff. Kept showing it to everybody, kept showing it to my wife over and over again, to the point where my wife was like, that kid came out of my body and I can't watch this anymore. She's like, how can you fucking watch the same scene? Like, you know all the words and shit? I said, of course I do. I said, why do I fucking love it so much? Why do I love this scene specifically? Is it because the girls are dressed like in smocks and the smocks look like kind of like hockey jerseys or something? Or is it because like Harley said a boot and that made me really fucking happy because she's playing Canadian convincingly and shit? I was like, or is it because like they both just look into their phones in the scene, look up, say shitty things, look back at their phones, and that's what she does in real life anyway? So why do I like this scene so much? And Jennifer's like, Jesus, Kevin, you just don't fucking get it. You're too fucking stupid to see, aren't you? She goes, it's two people standing behind a fucking convenience store counter. I was like, oh God, you're right, it's Girl Clerks, isn't it? I was like, I think I can make that movie. She's like, you already made that movie quite some time ago. And I was like, no, I think I can make it with these girls, man. But it'd be different. Like, they work in a convenience store, but like they fight monsters and shit. Keep it going with the rubber Canadian monster theme, like in Tusk and shit. She's like, what are you thinking? Yoga Hosers is a movie where it's kind of like Clueless meets Gremlins. And the girls fight 1 foot tall Canadian Nazis made of bratwurst called Bratzies. So it's decidedly fucked up and shit. So she's like, you better ask the Depps, man. Like, you better clear that one with the Depps before you think about moving forward. So I said, all right. I invited Vanessa over first, and I said, hey man, let's look at all the footage we shot. Let's look at the scene, look at Lily Rose's raw footage. We showed her everything. She was like, oh my God, they're so natural. The girls are so natural. I was like, isn't it crazy? They're really natural. She's like, I had no idea. I said, you know, I like their performance so much. I was thinking about writing a movie just about their characters, a whole movie where they're the stars. And Vanessa was like, Kevin, you would never do that. And I said, I already did. Here's the script. And she read it and she liked it. It was Yoga Hosers. And she was like, oh my God, this is so fun. She's going, you know, I never imagined I'd let my kid get anywhere near the entertainment business till she was 21. Because Vanessa got into the business when she was 16. She was young. She had a hit single, Joe La Taxi, and suddenly she was an international phenomenon. So, you know, she's like, I never wanted that for my kid, but she loves this, and I think it's a great opportunity, and she gets to act with her friend and her dad and me. She's like, yeah, I'm way up for doing this. Just gotta get Johnny on board. And I was like, I think that'll be easy. So I texted him, I was like, hey man, I got a question, you free? And this was like 2-3 months after we wrapped on Tusk. And instantly the phone rings and shit. And I look down, it says, it's him, it's JD. So I was like, oh fuck. So I go answer the phone, I was like, hey man, what's up? But Johnny Depp wasn't on the other end of the phone, Guy Lapointe was on the other end. And he proceeded to do that monologue, the whole monologue from the movie, which he hadn't done except that one time months ago, man. And as he's sitting there saying my words over and over, I'm getting harder and harder and harder. Because I'm like, oh, my word, his mouth. So when he was done, I was like, I can't believe you remember that. He goes, oh, dude, fucking everybody in my world hates me because I won't stop fucking doing this and shit. I was delighted to see that you called because fucking I could do this voice to you and you don't get upset. And I was like, well, it's funny you should mention that because that's what I'm calling about. He goes, what's the matter? I said, well, I was thinking about writing a movie just about the girls. He goes, why? What do you mean? I said, the girls, like in the movie, the characters they played, I want to do a spin-off where we just follow them for a whole movie. He goes, really? I said, yeah, and Guy Lapointe would come, and he goes, I'm in! And I was like, you didn't even let me fucking ask yet. And he goes, yeah, but I'm fucking there. And I was like, dude, don't do that. Like, I didn't even tell you what the movie's about. And he's like, please. I said yes to that walrus movie. He goes, what is it? And I said, the girls, they fight 1 foot tall Canadian Nazis made of bratwurst. They call them bratsies. Every time they kill one, concentrated sauerkraut pops out and shit like that. And he goes, Jesus Christ, I said yes, you don't have to kill the fucking lily, man. I'm in. So Tusk, as weird as it was, Tusk was the fastest I've ever seen a movie go from idea to production. 6 months. 6 months from the moment we put that podcast up. 6 months later, to the day, I was sitting on a set going, action, and Justin Long was covered in rubber going, ugh. So that was fucking fast, man. Yoga Hosers was 4 months. 4 months from a script to us standing on a stage and fucking shooting that movie. Now, I'm not stupid enough to think, that's me, because I'm talented. No, not at all, man. I just went into a financier's office and was like, hey, I would like to make a movie for about $4 million with 2 little girls who've never really acted before. It takes place in a fake version of Canada, and they fight little dicks the whole movie. Oh, by the way, Johnny Depp is here too. And they were like, take the fucking money! And we did. We went off and fucking made Yoga Hosers, man. An absolute fucking delight. Made it very close to the other one and stuff. It took a little while. We broke it up the same way we did the other movie. Shot everything without Johnny, and then shot Johnny's stuff for 1 week between Christmas and New Year's and stuff. So while we were making the flick, originally, the Bratsies, I wanted Jason Mewes to play the Bratsies in a big bad way. Originally, before it was Bratsies, it was gonna... Bizarre little cameo. Originally it wasn't Bratsies. Originally I called them Hitlins. And so they were just 1 foot tall clones of Hitler. That's it. They looked like Hitler, dressed like him. They were just little and shit. Because my idea was like, oh my God, like one of my favorite things in Quentin's movie, Inglourious Basterds, is they fucking kill Hitler in it. I was like, that's genius, man. Like, fucking, why did nobody ever kill Hitler in a movie before? That just makes sense. What if we killed a bunch of Hitlers in a movie? That'd be even more satisfying and shit. So they were running around stepping on them, cutting their heads off and stuff. And so I asked Jason at one point when I first had the idea, I was like, dude, I have the role of a lifetime for you to play. If you play this role, people will stop saying, there goes Jay from Clerks, because they'll remember you for this one. He goes, what is it? I was like, you're gonna play a Hitler. He goes, what's that? I was like, it's a 1 foot tall version of Adolf Hitler. He goes, who's that? I was like, what the fuck? I was like, don't you play that video game? He's like, yeah, oh yeah, Hitler, World War II, okay. So I was like, right on, man, you're gonna do that. He goes, I don't speak German. And I was like, well, you don't have to speak German. Like, you're playing a little fucking version of the guy. You just gotta ramble, say weird shit and whatnot. You just gotta sound German, I guess. And that led to one of the weirdest moments I've ever had in my life, weirdest conversations I've ever had with a friend and shit. One day we were driving somewhere and out of the blue, Jason goes, so I've been watching a lot of Hitler on YouTube lately. Something you never want to hear anyone say out loud. I said, yeah, what's that about? And he goes, I'm trying to get it down. I think I can do it. I think I got a pretty good Hitler. I was like, yeah? He goes, yeah, you want to see it? I said, yeah. He goes, okay. Und schleiben, Snookins. I was like, you do that shit, we're home free. But he didn't wind up playing the characters, because when he was the Hitlins, he was just, you know, dude dressed like Hitler, no makeup. Right before production, I got nervous about fucking, you know, not having it be something, just having it be little Hitler. I was like, that's kind of tacky. I said, it should be a rubber monster of some sort. So I asked Bob Kurtzman, the guy that did Tusk, I was like, Bob, I want to do something to the Hitlins. I want to do something to them. Like, it should be something Germanic or whatnot. Like, you know, when I think of Germany, I think of the Black Forest. So maybe the characters can have wood for skin or something like that. And Bob goes, well, when I think of Germany, I think of, you know, fucking bratwurst. And I go, oh my God, you're a genius. I was like, can you do me a favor? Can you send me a drawing of a Nazi bratwurst version of Jason Mewes, please? And he said, yeah, give me 2 minutes. Fucking hung up 2 minutes later, but I got a text, and it was a a drawing, pretty good rendering, of Jason as a hot dog going like this. And it looked like a Nazi version of Let's All Go to the Lobby. A hot dog with hands and legs and shit. So I was like, oh my God, this is perfect, build this fucking suit. And he scanned Jason in for the suit, man, to build the suit around him. He scanned him into a computer, there's a bunch of cameras, they photograph him 360. And then Bob showed me the suit one day. He said, you want to see the suit Jason's gonna wear? I was like, fuck yeah. He brought me in to see the suit, and there it is hanging on the rack. Gigantic fucking sausage. Just looks like a big sausage with a space for a face and shit. Got a fake sausage dick on it, little sausage dick and everything. So I was like, oh my God. Like I was looking at it, I was like, this seems fucking like familiar to me. Like I'm looking at it going, this is hauntingly familiar. And I finally said it to Bob. I go, Bob, I don't know how to say this, I'm just gonna say it. This looks like me naked.